Say something for the podcast. Tell the people what you feel.
I'm just jazzed about being on the show, man.
You are listening to The Objective Jerk, where objectiveness is the objective, and I am said jerk.
What's going on, everybody? This is The Objective Jerk, and I'm said jerk. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing pretty good. It's a rainy season here, so it rains a lot. Man, it just, God just turned on the faucet, like one of those massive shower heads that just whoosh. Yesterday, I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden it just comes down, and it's so loud. It's crazy. And I had to go rescue my wife because she took the little golf cart. Anyway, so this podcast, I am kind of testing the waters a little bit. I am still recording a podcast, but I'm also using OBS, and I'm also going to talk about a subject that happened, kind of like the woman who shot the killer of her daughter in the courtroom. I talked about no. I did talk about that, but no, it was the other one, the Alaskan Avenger. I did that's like my most popular podcast. So I'm like, but I don't think it was popular on my video platforms. But anyway, so I just thought maybe I would give it another shot. And then just kind of, plus gives me a chance to kind of play with OBS and doing the whole, I'm not going to get all crazy with it because I don't have the keystrokes put in or anything like that. I just want to do like a quick little whatever. And as you can see down below, it says the objective perspective. So I try to be objective, I mean, obviously I have my opinions and I have, my background and various whatever, but I try to look at everything as objective as I can. So I don't know if I'm gonna put I guess if it's a video it would be better. So I'm gonna read off of like a website that talks about it and then show like the little clip of the video. Actually, maybe I'll just do the video first. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that real quick so I can kind of practice this. This is gonna be lame, but here we go. Ooh, my voice looks off, or the video looks off. Great. I can see it right now on my son of a... Well, we'll see what we can do. Anyway. All right, so I'm going to go to, let's see, desktop, then go here, and then let's give it a shot. Let's see what it does. But, hold on, see, but then the audio is going to pick up on my microphone. So how's that going to work? I don't think I thought this all the way through. Because I'm pretty sure that this is going to sound like crap. I'll edit it out of the podcast. This is probably going to be... I'm not going to be able to use this for my video. But anyway, here we go. Oh, actually, there is no audio. So you can see here in the screen, this is a guy who... Oh, got shot in the head by the father. There you go. So that's a famous video. So I was going to just kind of talk about... give a little like background too, because I don't know if some people would see that on Facebook or whatever, and but not know the whole story. So that's what I'm doing. But and then that video part I just showed will be it's pretty short, so I might just leave it in the podcast, because when I did the trailer reaction, that didn't, people are like, why am I listening to a trailer reaction? Which, I kind of figured was kind of a stupid thing. But anyway, so the guy's name who was shot was Jeff Doucette. And the father's name was Gary Plaché. Now, not to get off track, but that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to not use YouTube as much as possible, but it's stuff like this. So, I get on Rumble, right? And I'll put in Gary Plaché. I don't know how to say his name. And nothing really comes up. No videos, But then you get on YouTube and you put in Gary Plaché, or you could do father shoots, whatever, and chances are it'll bring it up, So it's like, and that's what I've heard. The problem with Rumble is the search. The algorithm that they have is just not that great. So, and I think that's, people try, like myself, I've tried to go to Rumble, and I use Rumble for like channels that I follow that, I found on YouTube, and then if they're on Rumble, I'll watch them on Rumble. Just trying to stick it to the man, I guess. I don't know, but that's what I do. So that's kind of how Rumble is, though. It's like you got to kind of already know or have the channel set up. Like I said before, if you want to learn how to clean your carburetor, it's better to look on YouTube than Rumble. But anyway, what's the saying? I digress. Okay, so on March, I'm going to you're going to look at my face and I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to have the articles for you to read it. Let me know if that's stupid, if I should change that. I guess I'm just trying to be different from a lot of people. But this is from ATI, allthat'sinteresting.com. I was going to read off Wikipedia, but I don't know. This was actually written by somebody that can write, so I thought it would be a little better. Oh, and this is actually published not too long ago. Also, before I get started, I haven't really seen anything regarding this. Not that I've looked for it, but when I got on Rumble, I looked up the guy's name, nothing came up. I get on YouTube, I look up the guy's name, and it brings it up. And then, of course, there's like some kind of podcast of some guys talking about it, that they put up like 12 days ago or something like that. So anyway, not that I'm ahead of any kind of curve, but anyway, so here we go. On March 16th, 1984, Gary Plaché, French, right? Louisiana, waited at the airport for Jeff Doucette, who had kidnapped his son, Jody, and did things to him, if I remember correctly. Now, Jody's still alive, I think. Anyway, then shot him dead as cameras rolled. Yeah, okay, so after Gary Plaché learned that Jeff Doucette had kidnapped and raped his young son, Jody, he took deadly revenge right in front of cameras on March 16th, 1984. All right, on March 16th, 1984, a Louisiana father's unfathomable grief and rage culminated in a homicide that was captured on live television. Gary Plaché's 11-year-old son, Jody, had been returned to him from the clutches of a predator, Jeff Doucette, who had groomed and molested him for more than a year. Oh, wow. So I didn't know that. Gary Plaché, I hope I'm saying that wrong. Plaché? Maybe it's probably like Plaché, huh? That's probably how it is. Plaché. Gary Plaché. I'm going to say Plaché because that sounds cooler, I think. Anyway, Gary Plaché was relieved to have his son back, but he had little faith in the justice system to punish the boy's kidnapper. So when police marched Jeff Doucette through Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport following his arrest, Plaché was waiting with a gun in his boot. Man, if you notice too in that video, he could have easily shot that cop that was walking on the other side of Plaché. Or not Plaché, Doucette. What's his name? Yeah, Doucette. You know what I mean? You don't actually see the impact, but he shoots and you can kind of see some hair, from the guy, and then they go down. And it's like, man, he's lucky. I guess he probably didn't really care. I mean, he probably was like, I don't want to shoot somebody innocent, especially a cop or whatever doing there. But I got to get this guy. So, I mean, he's lucky that he didn't injure the cop. As far as I know, I guess maybe we'll see. As news cameras rolled, Gary Plaché, already shot Jeff Doucette dead. When officers immediately asked him, "Why, Gary, why?" he simply responded, "If somebody did it to your kid, you'd do it too." Gary Placé's son Jody is abducted. Okay, so this is going to go in the background. I get Leon Gary Plaché was born. Oh, wow, this is going to go deep. Okay. Was born November 10th, 1945 in Baton Rouge. He briefly served in the U.S. Air Force when he earned the rank of Staff Sergeant. After leaving the Army, okay, maybe this guy's not too good. Because he's born in 45. That's when the Air Force separated from the Army. But so by the time he did, it was like the 60s. He was in the Air Force, now leaving the Army. What's going on here? All right, anyway. Plaché became a salesman and also worked as a cameraman for a local news station. All in all, Plaché seemed destined to lead a quiet and ordinary life. Then one day, everything changed. A series of events that would change Placé's life forever was set in motion on February 19th, 1984, when his 11-year-old son, Jody's karate instructor, picked him up to go for a ride. Oh, so he was his karate instructor, huh? You know, that's one thing they say is you got to be careful about people that have either jobs or volunteer service where they're in close proximity to young individuals. You know, those you got to really, they got to vet. I mean, I guess they are better at vetting those individuals, but that's, you know, you got to look for that. Jeff Doucette, a 25-year-old with a large beard, promised Jody Placé's mom, June, that they'd be back in 15 minutes. June Plaché didn't doubt Jeff Doucette. She had no reason to. He instructed 3 of their 4 children in karate and was trusted in the community. Doucette enjoyed spending time with the boys, and they enjoyed spending time with him, so they thought. He's all of our best friend, Jody Plaché told his school newspaper a year earlier. Well, according to June, her son quit football and basketball to spend as much time at Doucette's dojo as possible. Little did she know that Jeff Doucette wasn't taking Jody Plaché on a ride. Around the neighborhood. By nighttime, the two were on a bus leading to the West Coast. On the way, Doucette shaved his beard and dyed Jody's blonde hair to black. He hoped to pass Jody off as his own son while also hiding from law enforcement that would soon track them down. Doucette and Jody Plaché checked into a cheap motel in Anaheim, California, just a short walk away from Disneyland. Inside the motel room, Doucette sexually assaulted his karate student. This went on until Jody asked to call his parents, which Doucette allowed. I wonder if that T is silent. Doucette? I don't know. Police alerted by Jody's parents traced the call and arrested Doucette while Jody was put on a flight back to Louisiana. Mike Barnett, a Baton Rouge sheriff's major who had, I haven't heard that term, sheriff's major, so he was like a major in the sheriff's department, helped track down Jeff Doucette and was friendly with Gary Plaché. Took it upon himself to inform him about what the karate instructor had done to his son. According to Barnett, Gary had the same reaction most parents do when they find out their children have been raped or molested. He was horrified. Gary Plaché told Barnett, "I'll kill that SOB," which is an acronym for son of a bitch. Though his son had been found, Plaché remained on edge. He spent the next few days inside a local bar, not a good place to be, the Cotton Club, asking people when they thought Doucette might be brought back to Baton Rouge for a trial. A former colleague from WBRZ News, who happened to be out for a drink, told Gary Plaché that Jeff Doucette would be flown in on March 16th via American Airlines. Damn, he had the flight number and everything. Gary Plaché drove to Baton Rouge. I wonder if he got in trouble for that. Does it say his name? No, it just says a colleague. Okay, I wonder if that guy ended up getting in trouble for sharing that information. Gary Plaché drove to Baton Rouge Airport. He entered the arrivals hall wearing a baseball cap. Now, this is back, too, when you could free willy-nilly go through the airport. You know what I mean? There was no security, whatever. It's like I remember being picked up by my parents or family members right off the plane. You know, as soon as you walk out, they're right there waiting. Not anymore. Thanks, Bin Laden and the U.S. government. All right. He entered the halls. He entered the arrival halls wearing a baseball cap and a pair of sunglasses, his face hidden. He walked over to a payphone, as we saw in the video, as he made a quick call. Oh, he didn't. Oh, okay. WBRZ news crew got their cameras ready, or he's pretending to make a quick call, I'm assuming. I don't know. To record the caravan of cops that were escorting Jeff Doucette out of the plane. When they passed by, Gary Plaché pulled a gun from his boot and shot Jeff Doucette in the head. The entire incident was caught on camera. On YouTube, over 20 million people have watched. Yeah, so people have seen this. How Doucette collapsed and how Barnett quickly tackled Plaché to the wall. Why, Gary? Why'd you do it? The officer shouted at his friend as he disarmed him. If someone did it to your kid, you'd do it too, he answered in tears. All right. Man, you know...
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thanks again for listening to The Objective Jerk. I greatly appreciate it. If you could, like, subscribe, comment on wherever you're finding this, and you can also email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. So, hope you're enjoying it, and please continue on with the episode. Oh, what was I going to say? Dang it. When I was reading that, I had a thought pop into my little brain, but I forgot. Oh, that's what it was. Man, I would want to, maybe this sounds sick, but somebody did that to my child, I would want to really punish and hurt them. And before, you know, that guy, he didn't even know what hit him, you know? But anyway, that's the sick side of me, I guess. Okay, I don't want him to do it to other kids, told his attorney, Foxy Sanders, while waiting trial in jail. According to Sanders, he said the voice of Christ had compelled him to pull the trigger. Oh, no. I mean, you know, there is not a quote. I always want to say quote, but it's not. They're not quotes in the Bible. What is it called? Why can't I? There is, man, Mr. Non-word remembering motherfucker. You guys ever seen The Big Hit? Scripture. Anyway, there's that talks about, you know, Jesus saying, you know, those that hurt a child of Jesus, you know, have rocks tied to their feet and thrown in a lake or whatever. So it's not totally out of the realm of saying Christ compelled him to pull the trigger, but you know, maybe he read that in the Bible but anyway, okay, I'm kind of getting off track. Although Plaché had killed a child molester, murder was still murder in the eyes of the law. He had to be put on trial, and it wasn't clear whether he would go free or go to prison. Sanders was adamant that Gary Plaché would not spend a single day locked up once the world learned how carefully Jeff Doucette had gone about grooming Jody Plaché. Sanders also argued Jody's kidnapping had pushed his father into a psychotic state in which he was no longer capable of distinguishing between right and wrong. And you guys heard about Cain Velasquez, the MMA fighter, who kind of did the same thing, went after the guy that, same exact scenario, and they ended up shooting some people, though, innocent people, not killing them, but they got injured. Anyway, maybe I'll read that one, go over that one next. I don't think there's too much to it, though. I think I basically said it all. All right, citizens of Baton Rouge didn't agree. If you asked them, they said that Plaché was in his right mind when killing Doucette. From strangers in the street to boys at the Cotton Club, where Gary Plaché used to drink Miller Lights, locals had already acquitted him. According to one of these locals, a riverboat captain named Murray Curry. Dude, that's a name right there. Murray Curry. Do you think that's why they named him Murray? So it rhymed with their last name? You know, I wanted to name, I think my oldest, no, I wanted to, but I suggested it. I wanted the first name to start with the same letter as my last name, which is not, there's not a whole lot of names, you know, but I thought it'd be cool, like it would flow. My wife's like, hell no, we ain't doing that. Okay, according to Murray Curry, Plaché was anything but a killer. He's a father who done it out of love for his child and for his pride. Like other neighbors, Curry donated a bit of money to a defense fund set up to help Plaché pay back his $100,000 bail and keep his family afloat while fighting the trial. The degree to which public opinion swayed in Gary Plaché's favor was overwhelming, so much so that when sentencing time came around, the judge decided against sending Plaché to jail. Doing so, he had said, would have been counterproductive. He felt certain that Plaché didn't intend to harm anyone except the already dead Jeff Doucette. In the end, Gary Plaché walked away from the murder trial with 5 years probation and 300 hours of community service. Before he had completed both, Plaché was already back to living a relatively normal life under the radar. He died in 2014 from a stroke when he was in his late 60s. His obituary described him as a man who saw beauty in everything. He was a loyal friend to all, always made others laugh, and a hero to many. As for Jody Plaché, he needed time to process his assault, but eventually ended up turning his experience into a book titled Why Gary Why. In it, Jody relates his side of the story to help parents prevent their children from having to experience what they went through. Jody also enjoys cooking and frequently shares his hobby with people online. Although he has come to accept what happened to him, Jody still thinks about the horrific events of his youth. That's partly because the internet keeps reminding him of it. Yeah. Good old internet, huh? I'll post a cooking video on YouTube, he said in an interview, and someone will comment, "Your dad's a hero." They won't comment, "That gumbo looks great." They'll just be like, "Your dad's a hero." It's like, yeah, I know, thank you, but let's check out my gumbo. Let me see. Let me read a comment. Let me see. The sight of this execution will live forever in my mind. If there was ever a case when a person said I would pull the switch. That's the thing, though, too, is like, most likely Doucette wouldn't have lived very long in prison because child, murderers and rapists don't live very long in prison. So I'm just trying to see if there's anybody who's like, yeah, it seems like everybody pretty much agreed, It's pretty crazy. Man, I don't know. I don't know if I think I could do something like that. Like if I found the individual, I don't think he would make it into custody. You know what I'm saying? But if he's caught by the police and being, and it's over with, I don't think I would do what Gary did. But, I haven't been in that situation. I hope to God I never am. But yeah, that's just crazy. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's I guess that's it. I just want to kind of give this a shot, give it a try. I kind of want to see how this does. See if it, it seems like this and conspiracy stuff seems to be, I don't know. But anyway, let me know what you think. If you like how I went about doing this, or do you like the way I normally do it, or whatever. I just kind of realized, though, I can't make it look like, ooh, yeah, that's the only thing. I can't make it look the same look. I kind of like I have my videos. I don't really do much to it, but I do, add. So it's not, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a comic book look kind of thing. And so I add that to just to kind of be different. And I just kind of keep doing it. So I don't think I'll be able to do that with this. So we'll see. I don't know. This might just be a podcast. Who knows? Anyway, if you like it, you know what to do. If you didn't, you know what to do. Let me know. Whatever. If you want to tell me a story, let me know. All right. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye. You just put yourself through another episode of The Objective Jerk. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment, wherever you find this, follow. It all helps. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time.